Hi there. You tuned into Aha Moments with Ron Barnett, the show where we talk about basic things we all deal with every day, maybe add a little bit of insight, and hopefully that little light bulb above your head goes off and you have what I like to call an aha moment. You say to yourself, I've never thought about it like that before. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of the decisions and experiences in our lives. Now, the last program was all about the impact of our decisions. And if you missed that, you can go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Aha Moments with Ron Barnett, and all of the videos will show up and you can watch every one you want. Today, we're going to talk about the two sources, the two forces that in our lives that really impact not only where we are, but where we're going. Number one, of course, is our decisions. Okay. The things that you and I decide to do, the things that we need to decide to say, places we decide to go, people we decide to hang out with. And so all of that wrapped up together, it will impact our lives. But the other thing that impacts our life is our experiences, the things that happen to us, the things that are outside of our control, and what we do with those experiences. Now, there was a very wise man who had two statements, two statements that bring the idea of decisions and experiences into focus. Number one statement was, you are today who you decided to be yesterday. Think about that for a second. You are today who you decided to be yesterday. Think about your life right now. Think about where you live, the city you live in, the house you live in, the car you drive, the people who live in that house with you, the job you do, the places you go, all of those decisions. Every one of those little decisions that we make on a daily basis, and some of them we don't even think about, impact where we are today. And we are sitting in this place today because of the decisions that we have made. I am living the life that I'm living right now based solely upon the decisions that I have made. Now you say, Ron, things happen to me that I can't control. Things are outside my experience. I grew up in a household that we did it this way, or we had this experience. And so that clouds how I see things. That clouds my today. And I can agree with that to a certain extent. Up to the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, maybe even 25, you might be able to say, my circumstances are dictated by somebody else. And I understand that to a certain extent. But after the age of 21, 25, somewhere in there, you and I are making the decisions that lead us to where we are. I know a lot of people who feel trapped. They're trapped in their lives. And they say, I do what I do. I live my life based upon the fact that this is how it is. And I say to them, you are today who you decided to be yesterday. And the impact of those decisions, the consequences of those decisions, what you're reaping today is what you sowed yesterday. And so not only not what you're doing, but how you reacted to the things that happened to you that were outside of your control. I knew a guy several years ago who was a very positive man. I mean, his outlook on life was just amazing. And I knew his life. He struggled. His wife had several health issues, which impacted his ability to work, because some days he had to leave work and then he'd lose his job, and then he'd have to find a new job. And she just had all kinds of issues. They had financial issues based upon the fact that he had work issues, based upon the fact that she had health issues. They lost their car a couple of times. And it was just one struggle after the other. But when I would see this guy, I'd say, how you doing, man? He'd say, I am great. Things are good. And I believe that things are getting better. And I watched this guy over the years. And I said to him, I finally looked him in the face and I said, what is going on? I know the struggles that you deal with on a daily basis. How can you be so positive? And he looked me in the face. He said, you got to understand. He was a soldier in Vietnam. And he said, every day I woke up, I knew there was a group of people out there who were trying to kill me. And I knew that there were days in that time that I was in the war where I was either going to have to kill them or they were going to try to kill me. If I didn't kill them, they were going to kill me. He said, but I'm not in that war anymore. He said, every day I wake up and I don't have to worry about killing somebody else, and I don't have to worry about somebody else killing me. It's a good day. See, it's not sometimes what happens to you, although those experiences are important. It's how you look at those experiences and what you decide. And you are today who you decided to be yesterday. And the decisions that we made, big, small, good, bad, whatever, all roll together to give us each day as we meet it. You ever make a decision during the day and you say, I believe that tomorrow when this happens, this is going to lead to great things. And we all do that. But we also make decisions and we go, I feel like I'm going to regret this. I feel like even though I'm making this decision, it's not going to turn out well. You ever lay in bed and you can't go to sleep and you look at the clock and you say, okay, if I go to sleep right now, I can get 6 hours of sleep and I'll be fresh in the morning. And then you look at the clock and you say, if I go to sleep right now, I can get 4 hours of sleep and I'll be okay tomorrow. And you keep looking and you say, if I go to sleep right now, I'll get 2 hours of sleep and I might be cranky, but at least I'll get through the day. And finally you say, I'm just going to get up and deal with whatever, because again, situations outside my control, but the decisions I make me who I am today. You are today who you decided to be yesterday. And the bad side of that is the past. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about the past. The minute it happens, it's over. The minute a situation happens, it's over. And so you can't go back and change them. I have people say to me all the time, if I only knew then what I know now. Well, here's the interesting part. You didn't. You didn't know then what you know now. Well, if I could go back and talk to myself and tell myself I would, well, guess what? You can't. So dealing with or obsessing over the past will not change your present, except to delay you from making better decisions down the road. But you are today who you decided to be yesterday. And we hope that you made good decisions, but maybe you didn't. Maybe you did, and you're reaping the benefits. Or maybe you're just dealing with the consequences of the bad things that you've made. And that's kind of a depressing thought. But here's the other thought. Here's the other statement that I want to give you. You will be tomorrow who you decide to be today. While the past is in the past and the future is unknown, we have no idea what the future is going to hold. You and I have the power of now. I've said before that you are the only person that can change you. You can't change anybody else, so stop trying. But you can change you, but the only time you can change is now. You can't go back and fix what you messed up in the past. You can't look in the future and wonder what's going to happen. But you, right in this minute, right in the now, right in the present situation that you're in, can make decisions that will have an impact for the rest of your life. I like movies, and one of my movies that I really enjoy is a movie called What About Bob? And in it, Richard Dreyfuss plays a psychologist, and his patient is Bob Wiley, played by Bill Murray. And Bob Wiley has all kinds of problems and difficulties, and he's got all kinds of foibles. And so Richard Dreyfuss writes this book called Baby Steps. And his theory is this, and I love this. Instead of trying to change all the stuff in your life at once, just take one baby step. What are you doing? You're making positive decisions in the now that will affect you in the future. And so little by little, step by step, baby step by baby step, you will lead yourself to a better tomorrow. Why? Because you're making better decisions today. So not only are you are today who you decide to be yesterday, but you will be tomorrow. And that's why now has such an impact in our lives. It is so important that you and I think about what we're doing now in the light of what is coming in our lives. Now, can we always control that? No, none of us thought that 2020 would be a crazy year because of COVID. None of us thought about, about being impacted by that. And maybe you were impacted, maybe you weren't. But you know what we can do? We can make good decisions today and hope that those decisions then will lead us to a better tomorrow. And you know what they'll lead them to? Experiences. Those two important forces in your life, decisions and experiences. And when you and I make good decisions, we have good experiences. I think it's interesting that our decisions lead to experiences. Did you know that? Our decisions lead to experiences. And if you're having good experiences, it's probably because you've made some good decisions. But you know what's also interesting? Our experiences then lead us to formulate decisions in the future. So if you've had good experiences, if you've done this and you said, look, it turned out well, guess what? You're going to continue to do it. Why? Because those good experiences led you to good decisions. And bad experiences can lead us to good decisions. Because we say, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. So the connection between decisions, which we have control over, and experiences, which we may not have control over. But you know what we have? Control over the decisions that come out of our experiences. But then the experiences we have come out of the decisions that we make. So it all goes full circle. But you are today who you decided to be yesterday, which may or may not be a positive. But let me give you a positive. You will be tomorrow who you decided to be today. So you today decide to be the person you want to be. Decide to live the life you want. Decide to experience what you want to experience. Decide what you want in life, and then make the decisions today that will impact your tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what it holds. You don't know what it holds. But you will be tomorrow who you decide to be today. And even if things don't go well, if your experiences don't turn out well, you can still turn those into positives based upon the decisions that you make. Well, hopefully that led you to an aha moment. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, if you're interested in watching the videos, they're all out on YouTube. We look forward to your comments. We look forward to hearing from you on Facebook and other media, how we're doing. Hopefully you're